Hi everyone, this is Tim Ballasty for Weather.com. As we make our way into the third full week of September, we're looking at a forecast that's going to be pretty wet and cloudy for the eastern third of the country due to a couple fronts that are going to make their passage across the eastern third or even eastern half of the country this week. What we're looking at here is our surface features for Tuesday. This is courtesy of the HPC. Our first front here is draped across the Ohio Valley back in towards parts of Texas. This front will be followed up by a secondary front, which will be a player as we head into the tail end of the week. As we make our way through this week for Tuesday and getting into Tuesday night, eventually that front doesn't really go too far. It actually stalls out here. But out ahead of it is an area of showers and occasional thunderstorms. Thanks to this, we have a high pressure situated off the coast. And that's helping to pump up the atmosphere across the eastern third of the country with a good bit of moisture and humidity, and enables these fronts, along with some little upper level disturbances at the mid and upper levels, to squeeze out some moisture, some rain showers across much of the east coast. Now, as we make our way into, let's see, Wednesday and Thursday, that secondary front actually catches up. Eventually, that stationary boundary kind of dissipates, and this secondary front makes its way into the Ohio Valley and then pushes into basically the northeast, parts of the northeast, and then drapes back into the mid-south and back into East Texas. And that's for Thursday, and then into Friday, it makes its way into the closer to the I-95 corridor of the northeast and down all the way into South Georgia and the Florida Panhandle. So we have these two fronts. One kind of stalls out, becomes stationary, then it dissipates, and then the secondary one, which starts out at the upper Midwest, then pushes eastward and drapes by Friday along the pretty much the East Coast. So on the model, this model, by the way, is a GFS courtesy of WriteWeather.com. This is a Tuesday morning. As we push ahead, you can see that eventually that front kind of stalls, dissipates for the most part, and then we have the secondary low pressure system and its associated cold front makes its march into Wednesday and then eventually Thursday. Meanwhile, you can see, again, this high pressure, you can't really see where the center of this high pressure is, but it's off the coast, off the northeast coast, and again, it's pumping up some moisture out of the south and enables this cold front to work with some of that moisture and then squeeze out, again, showers and thunderstorms, as you can see here. This is Thursday and into Friday. All those purples and blues indicate areas of precipitation. And that area of precipitation stretches all the way from Quebec south into the Gulf Coast of Florida. So as you can see, a fairly wet time of things for that, again, that eastern third of the country. Eventually high pressure will then make its way into the central United States, and eventually maybe some of its influence will get into the East Coast. So look at our forecast is, well, you get the idea, a lot of rain. Rain for Tuesday, we move to Wednesday, we move to Thursday, and we move to Friday. Just all in all, a very wet go of things for the eastern third of the country. Now in the back and into the west and into the central United States, fairly quiet. And some of the stories that we'll see out of the west this week is a big ridge that starts to overtake much of the west and allow temperatures throughout, especially the Intermountain West, to really start to climb. All in all, temperature-wise, I mean, not temperature, precipitation, this is for that Wednesday morning to Friday morning time period, so it doesn't get all of the rain that we're forecasting here, but it looks at that window, that time window, and you can see areas of a half an inch to an inch, in some areas even more than an inch, especially along the Appalachians and back into parts of Alabama and North Georgia. So, and by the way, check out in the west, very quiet, not too many areas of precipitation at all. In fact, there's virtually nothing back there. So anyway, there you go. Keep your umbrellas handy as we make our way through, again, that Tuesday through Friday time period. And we'll have more on that story, not only on weather.com, but of course on the Weather Channel. Thanks.